What is far deadlier than most people realize? Serious? Doing nothing for a long period of time. It gets addictive and it's the hardest thing ever to get back on your feet. Religion. COVID. Drinking too much water. Falling a couple feet. Tripping. Lathes, RTOs, bowling alley pin stacking machines, car washes, etc. People often have the idea that machines can be stopped by humans or a limb is strong enough to stop something without too much damage, almost like applying biological strength to machines. It makes sense since that's our only frame of reference, but so many machines around us all the time are powerful enough to turn you into hamburger. Don't play on big piles of wood chips or sawdust. I have lived near a sawmill my entire life and the inner part of the sawdust pile is incredibly hot and will kill you pretty quick. They can have air pockets in them and you can get swallowed up and get stuck and burned to death. Electricity. Even a small amperage shock can have severe or even lethal damage. Fast food. Blue-ringed octopus. I see videos of people holding those MFS and I'm just sitting there hoping they don't get bit. One bite has enough venom to kill 26 humans within just minutes. Thing is, it's sometimes hard to tell when it bites you. People should understand what the blue rings mean, but I guess some people don't care. They do only bite when feeling threatened, but I definitely wouldn't take the chance. Mosquitoes are the deadliest. Breathing helium. Since there is no carbon dioxide in helium, your brain/body doesn't panic as you become dizzy or unconscious. Think about this the next time you are having fun while filling up party balloons with helium. Weirs. Small dams, it is very easy to drown near them. Don't ruin this for me. Fentanyl. You to yourself. Being overweight. Rabies. If most people realized you may not feel the bite from an infected animal like a bat, that by the time you show symptoms you are already dead and nothing can help you. It's just a long, slow, agonizing death. Simply falling over. The human body is weird like that. There's cases of people falling over 1,000 feet and surviving, but at the same time people will literally just trip and accidentally destroy their brain. Shit's whack. Bananas. One wrong step on one and you fall and bust your head open. It's no joke. Hurtful words. Religious people. UTIs untreated can easily spread to your kidneys and poison your blood and potentially cause sepsis. Tylenol, or acetaminophen. Driving. Going into enclosed spaces. Also. Going to rescue people who suddenly pass out in enclosed spaces. This happened inside a rusted iron barge near my home. All the oxygen was depleted by the rusting inside. Poison hemlock. Nasal rinse with tap water instead of distilled water. You can die of incurable brain amoeba. Water currents. When I worked at our student newspaper in college, we would always run a water safety story at the beginning of every fall semester, and sure enough, somebody would get caught up and die every year. This was in Lake Superior and they weren't always students. Apathy. Undeniably, religious beliefs, billions, over the centuries, have been murdered. Grapes. Major choking risk. I will cut my child's grapes until she leaves my home. Mosquitoes. Anything and everything on a farm. PTO shafts, augers, large equipment with massive blind spots, livestock. The list goes on and on. Drinking too much water. Water. Trampolines and sun exposure. Believe it or not, selfies. They supposedly cause more deaths than sharks. Between 2011 and 2017, 259 people died worldwide due to selfies, rather than sharks' low 50 deaths. This just proves that 1, even the most harmful things can be fatal, and 2, basically anything can be deadlier than sharks. As unpopular as it is to talk about, processed meat. Having processed meat as little as once a day increases your risk of colon cancer by 20%. Giraffes are actually pretty dangerous. Their kicks can generate around 2,000 pounds of force per inch too. And on top of that, people might think that are nice and friendly for being herbivores, but because of their predator-prey mindset, giraffes don't like to be touched. Tylenol. Transportation. Car crashes. Boat, drowning. Plane crash. Alcohol. Plastic, microplastics. Religion in India. Paint fumes. Cold turkey alcohol withdrawal. Mosquitoes. Not seeing this anywhere, but mosquitoes have killed more humans than anything else throughout history. Driving/being in a car. It's the most dangerous thing that most people do often. Not following the food guidelines when pregnant. I contracted toxoplasmosis at around 17 weeks, probably from unwashed lettuce or undercooked meat. I was so careful 95% of the time, but obviously once was enough. I am fine, but my baby developed extreme hydrocephalus, fluid on the brain, and was stillborn at 20 weeks. Being alone for too long. Lack of sleep. Surprised I didn't see alcohol. So, alcohol. Hospitals. Botulinum toxin aka Botox. 4 grams of toxin is enough to kill the entire population of Earth. A bat during the daytime. Bats are nocturnal, so if you see one during the day it might be sick, and if that's the case it might be rabies. Kicker is that bat bites are so tiny you might not realize you've been bitten. By the time symptoms of rabies kick in it's too late. If you see a bat during the day, see a doc ASAP. High pressure steam leaks. Not only will you be severely burned, but you may also lose a limb if you're not careful. Some leaks are invisible. On the ships, if we have reports of low pressure somewhere in the boiler/distillation plant, we have to walk through the spaces swinging a wooden broom handle around. Once the broom handle snaps, we've found the area of our leak and can further pinpoint the source to secure line. Trucker here. I've had 2 blood clots in my legs from driving long distances and having my leg pressed against the corner of the seat for hours on end. One almost killed me. Apparently it's very common with truckers. You're supposed to stop and walk around every hour and a half to keep things circulating, which almost nobody does due to time constraints. The same thing happens in gaming chairs apparently. People forget to move their legs because they're so focused on the game. You don't need to worry so much if you're younger, but if you're a gamer who's a little older, please be aware. Dirt. If you are in a hole and the walls cave in up to your chest, you will suffocate. Also applies to grains and other bulk materials. Golf clubs, lots of momentum at a fairly small point of impact. You can punch through stuff like sheet metal no problem, especially with a wedge. Tiny wounds that get infected. I had a mosquito bite on my leg that I scratched and it got infected. I had no idea how fast it could go from a minor inconvenience to, yeah, if it spreads in the next 6 hours we'll have to amputate your leg or you'll die. I'll never forget the face of my doctor and how it turned from jovial to holy shit. The most dangerous thing you will do in your daily life is drive a car. Life. You'll never get out alive. The air we breathe and the food we eat. COVID. Sugar. Whale sharks. I see people swim with them and ride their fins, but the thing is that the animals are so big that if you're on the fin and the swim down it can create a vacuum of water sucking you down with it and possibly drowning you. Giving people information. I mean personal. Just giving out your phone number could be a bad thing. Yes, this could be deadly by people finding out your location by hacking. .22 bullets. I've met far too many people who treat them like they're a step between BBs and real bullets. Red kidney beans. Many people don't know if you don't cook them for hours at high temperatures you will be eating tons of toxins and stuck on the toilet for a while. Slow cooking them is even worse. Never slow cook your chill folks. Boil for a while at high temperature then simmer. Shallow pools, in particular ones at the ankles or below. They're basically just really slippery floors. As a lifeguard, I'm sure an adult who ran and fell could easily get a concussion, faint face down in the water, or have a spinal injury. Water. You will die if you drink too much. You can drown in only a few inches of it. When it is moving in force, there is no stopping it. Flash floods, tsunamis, rip currents, water does not care how good of a swimmer you are. Lilies. Not to humans, but to cats. If your cat ingests even a small amount of leaves, petals, pollen, etc. from a lily flower, the cat can and most likely will have kidney failure that kills or seriously harms, as in your cat will need dialysis for its entire life, in less than 48 hours. A terrifying amount of people do not know this, and an even more terrifying amount of florists do not give any sort of warning to this. Do not send flowers containing lilies to someone with a cat or allow any into your home if you have one.